I can see what the line is for now. Yeah. All right, hello everybody. Thank you for coming. It's super nice to have you guys here. Yoga for Recovery. Thank you, Marty and Jeff, for putting this on, and Pure Action. I guess I'll just get into it. So my name is Monica. I am a drug addict and an alcoholic, and I have been sober since April 8th of 2013. So I think we have some like they say pre-yoga, which made me laugh, but like pre-sobriety is really kind of the main deal here. I think my story is very similar to most, my story is very similar to most people, so I won't go into it a lot, but I had an internal issue. I had a spiritual malady is what we like to call it, where I had a lot of fear, a lot of inadequacies, a lot of anxieties. And that's actually what led me to drink and use. And I think for a long time I thought that drugs and alcohol were my problem, and they were actually my solution to this like internal condition that said that like I'm not okay and I don't fit in. So they were my solution for a very long time, and they actually worked super well until they stopped working. I think that picture with the black hair was probably the last like holiday visit I had with my parents, and I was drinking a ton. I was doing meth for like probably the last year and a half or so. And I was smiling, but like I was dead inside, you know. So I think that's the biggest difference. So yeah, I was a chronic relapser. I went in and out of treatment. I did 4 long-term treatments. One, I signed myself out right away, AMA. But I did usually like 3 to 4 months in treatment, and I couldn't get it. I hadn't experienced enough pain. I hadn't experienced enough suffering to get to the point where I was willing to do something different. And so this last time in treatment, I was in a lot of pain. I had experienced a lot of suffering, and I was willing to do something different. And one of those different things was yoga. And Ted Lee actually came out and taught yoga, and it didn't make a big difference at first. I didn't get it. I still don't know that I get it fully, because I think there's a lot of like magic and stuff involved in yoga and recovery. But I started to, and then I was offered a free month, and I continued to practice yoga once I graduated from treatment and I was in sober living. And I still didn't really get it, but I knew that when my month was over, I was super sad, and I wanted to keep doing it. And so I did the work study, and then I did the front desk, and then I finally went to teacher training. And it's just been like an amazing experience. And I really wanted to say that like yoga and recovery go hand in hand. I can't say that yoga is what keeps me sober, but I can say that it is one of the biggest tools that I have in my toolkit. So after yoga, after sobriety, doing stuff, cool stuff, not bad stuff, which is awesome. Mainly I wanted to talk about parallels. You know, I think there are so many parallels that I found between yoga and between recovery, and I wrote them all out, and it was like a big like intellectual exercise for me, but I just want to say that it's principles. Like that's the biggest deal, is that there are principles like integrity and discipline and hard work and acceptance. You know, these are the things that yoga teaches me, that recovery also teaches me. And showing up, like if I don't show up, if I don't do things like this that scare me, then I can never like experience the power of God or of, you know, good decisions or whatever you want to call it. I don't get to experience that. And it's the same thing in yoga. Like yoga does all these great things, but if I don't show up, like yoga's not going to do for me what I could have done for myself, which is showed up to class. So there's all this capacity for change and miracles, but you know, you still got to do the action. And at the end of the day, I think that yoga and recovery are about connection. You know, that's the biggest thing, is finding a connection to myself, to this God piece that's inside of me. And if God like kind of freaks you out, I get that. That was totally where I was at with the whole term. But I've been taught that it's like connection, it's purpose, it's true belonging, it's being of service. You know, like my recovery can become selfish and my yoga practice can become selfish. And that's like what I'm always trying to steer away from. Like, how can I give back? How can I tell other people that this is possible and that it's a really, really good thing? So finally, I wanted to end with 2 quotes. So both of these books are super important to me. The first one is Iyengar's Light on Life. And he said that, I'm trying to talk slow, but I'm nervous. He said, "These have always and will always be the challenges that we humans face. As animals, we walk the earth. As bearers of the divine essence, we are among the stars. As human beings, we are caught in the middle, seeking to reconcile the paradox of how to make our way upon earth while striving for something more permanent and more profound. So many seek this greater truth in the heavens, but it lies much closer than the clouds. It is within us and can be found by anyone on the inward journey. So, God, connection, unity, it's inside of us. And then the next quote is from the book that I kind of try to live my life by, the AA Big Book, and it says, "For deep down, inside every man, woman, and child is the fundamental idea of God. It may be obscured by calamity, by pomp, by worship of other things, but in some form or another, it is there. We finally saw that faith in some kind of God was part of our makeup. Sometimes we had to search fearlessly, but he was there. We found the great reality again deep down within us. In the last analysis, it is only there that he may be found." So yoga, recovery, we're saying the same thing. We're just trying to feel a part of and to do good and to be good. So yeah, thank you.